In light of the national healthcare crisis that we're facing right now, we as a church wanted to find a practical way to give to our community, ultimately to show that we are for the community. Medical debt can be crippling for a family. This debt can lead to bankruptcy, financial hardship, and ultimately failure. It can be difficult to get new credit or a housing loan or a car loan when your credit scores are low due to a mounting medical debt. What happens when somebody owes $10,000 to the hospital and they can't pay it? Maybe they have a financial hardship or they live below the federal poverty line. That $10,000 debt is sold to a creditor for a penny to the dollar. In other words, it's sold to a creditor for only $100. And that collection agency will then try to collect what they can from the person. What RIP Medical does is that it purchases that debt for that same penny to the dollar, but turns around and forgives all of the medical debt. When I reach out to RIP Medical, I ask them how many families are impacted in our area. Specifically the 85050 zip code and the 85331 zip code. After doing the research, they came back to me and said that there are currently 667 households impacted by steep medical debt. After prayer and discussion with our leadership team, I called them back and said, "We'll take it." And they said, "We'll take it?" I said, "Yes, all of it. We're going to pay the medical debt for all 667 families right here in our community. For a donation of $13,000, we are going to be able to pay off $1.3 million in medical debt for families right here where we live. Every household will receive a yellow envelope in the mail with the RIP Medical Debt logo and the Mission Grove Church logo on the outside. And on the inside, a letter telling them that all their medical debt has been forgiven. Inside that letter, we're going to include a personal note, letting them know that we are here as a church for them, that we love them, and that while we may never meet them, we want them to know that their debt has been paid and that ultimately we are for them. Jesus paid our debt when we couldn't pay it for ourselves. So as a picture for a church family and our community, we are going to pay off the medical debt for 667 families to the tune of $1.3 million. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for giving not to Mission Grove, but through Mission Grove. If you are a regular tither and donor to our church, you are already a part of this mission and this campaign. However, I also want to extend an invitation to those watching right now, and I want to invite you to join our generosity. Maybe you're feeling prompted by the Holy Spirit to give to this mission, to be for the community. Who knows what God's going to do? But you can give securely online right now at our website at missiongrovechurch.com. Maybe through your gifts and donations, we can surpass our goal of $13,000, which would pay off more than $1.3 million in medical debt. And it's going to be an incredible outreach into our community. I don't know what's going to happen. And honestly, I don't know when the next time we're going to be able to physically gather as a church. But this one thing I do know, that if God is for us, who can be against us? And if God is for you, then we want to be for you. And at the end of the day, as a church, at the core and heartbeat of who we are, we want to be for the community.